So in this video, I'll tell you guys 10 cool new features coming to your iPhone with iOS 17.4. I've been running the iOS 17.4 for quite some time now, and I've come up with some of the best features that you need to be aware of that are coming to your iPhone. Starting from number one, we have stolen device protection. So stolen device protection was introduced on iOS 17.3, but on the iOS 17.4, now you have an ability to turn off stolen device protection in familiar locations. So in order to access this, you're going to open up your Face ID and passcode within settings. Over here, as you guys can see, if you scroll down to your stolen device protection, when you turn this on, now we have an ability that says away from familiar location. So this will only run, this feature will only run in a non-familiar location. So you don't have to, get bothered when it is in your, for example, at your home or your office, stuff like this. Really cool feature. But moving on, the next feature that we have is the new clock widget. As you guys can see, we have this nice little beautiful clock widget on the iOS 17.4. Another small new feature is that we have a new wallpaper and new emojis. The new wallpapers that was introduced on the iOS 17.4 are these. Over here, as you guys can see, we have the shaking emoji, we have a red dragon, lime, some chain emojis and stuff like this. And when it comes to the wallpaper, we have, if I can lock my device and then click on your plus icon, over here, as you guys can see, we have this new wallpaper introduced on the iOS 17.4. But besides that, moving on, we have enhanced security for iMessages. On the iOS 17.4, update comes with an advanced security feature for iMessages that uses unbreakable encryption against quantum computers. Quantum computing, a new type of processing, has the potential to crack conventional encryption, but now with the iOS 17.4's TQ3 encryption, texts and media sent and received on iMessages are protected. Another big update introduced on the iOS 17.4 is on the European region iPhone owners. This is the ability to add third-party app stores, ability to download from the third-party app stores. This is arguably the most notable change in the complete revamp of the App Store for users in the European Union. iPhone users in the EU will be subject to different rules with the launch of iOS 17.4. Thanks to implementation of the Digital Market Act in the region, the big change is that Apple has to offer the option to download apps from third-party app stores, albeit in a way that allows it to maintain some modium of control. That means the right to approve what apps are allowed from the third-party stores, while developers will need to pay royalties to the Apple. EU iPhone owners will be able to download apps from outside the Apple Store for the very first time. This is a very exciting thing, though it remains to be seen whether any developers will actually be on board with Apple's plans. So far, only Epic Games, the Fortnite store, basically has announced plans to launch a separate app store, but there have been rumors that likes of Microsoft may also develop their own Apple free game store as well. Moving on, the next feature that was announced on the iOS 17.4 is disabling hand gestures reaction in video calls. You know how on the iOS 17 we had the ability to do signs like this, or signs of different signs that basically will pop up in the video calls. Now we have an ability to turn that off. Sometimes it gets really annoying. An ability to turn that off is really good. Gives you more options in my opinion. Now if you just scroll down from your top right to enter the control center, you can just go to video effects and then boom, right there you can simply turn off the hand gestures, these reactions within video calls, which I think is a really nice feature. Another feature on iOS 17.4 is Apple Cash virtual card numbers. Sometimes the option to use Apple Pay isn't available, leaving you with pretty much no choice but to hand over your credit card number, losing all Apple's additional payment security in the process. But iOS 17.4 has virtual card numbers, providing you an alternative option. Apple Cash users will be able to generate virtual card numbers in the Wallet app. Those virtual card numbers have their own numbers, expiration dates, and security codes, can be used for the online purchases just like your physical credit card. But if something goes wrong and your card is compromised, you can simply cancel it with no little effects. This is a really good security feature. You can even just use different virtual cards for each individual transactions to keep everything safe as well. Number 8, tweaks to battery health. Apple has made some changes to the battery menu in the settings app. The changes make it easier for users to determine if their iPhone's battery health is normal. Additionally, Apple has announced that the iPhone 15 batteries are performing better than initially anticipated. Number 9, the transcripts come to podcasts. In a long-awaited move, Apple is bringing transcripts to its industry-leading podcast app. Just like song lyrics in music, the transcripts allow for searching inside episodes, jumping to specific sections, and following along with text while listening. And last but not least, number 10, the ability to access purchase history in App Store. So you know how you had to go to your settings and then go to your Apple ID, then access your purchase history. Now you can simply access it within App Store. If you just go to profile over here, as you guys can see, click on your picture, and then if you open this up right here, we have a purchase history where you can access all of your purchase history in one place within App Store, which is really neat. So with that being said, while some things are coming new, some are going as well. In the European region, the web apps will no longer be supported on iOS as Apple makes changes ahead for the Digital Markets Act. Although the sweeping App Store changes may be the most talked about feature of iOS 17.4, Apple has also made significant efforts to improve the overall user experience with the release. This update aims to give iPhone users a feeling of freshness, security, and personalization that will last well into the 2024. We will have a better idea of how successful these changes are once the public launch takes place next month. If you're interested, check out this video where I talk about settings that you need to turn off on the latest iOS 17. Peace out.